Hi lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. We're outside today. This is my gorgeous silver beach in the garden. I am returning with another just chat really for 13 Nights of Samhain. One of the prompts is, how do you connect with nature in this season? Well now I have quite a weird relationship with my garden, which I adore. My garden is huge. It goes all the way through that gate there and all the way up to the top of the garden. My garden is the reason why I started this channel, to be honest, sharing garden diaries. And normally I work all through the summer, and then these two dogs who crash through fences. You can see I've got a chair here because currently this fence is completely destroyed. Normally by the end of the summer I'm fed up with rebuilding gates and fences and I give up and I barricade the garden shut. I've got this barricaded at the minute, and I normally stop going up the garden, and then my garden falls into the biggest mess. This year it was even worse. I didn't even come out in the summer this year. I was just too exhausted. So the garden is really needing some help. You can see here on the patio I've got the leaves. I was out here in the dark last night clearing up, sweeping the steps, ready to jet wash. I've got to clear up the leaves here and jet wash. So I've decided to get back out into the garden. You can see it's all in disrepair. This has been beautiful though. This was all in flower in the summer. Where the hot tub used to be, the hot tub broke, so I found some chairs on the side of the road, but I need to jet wash in here. I need to clear up the lemon balm, get rid of the brambles. I need to cut back this lavatera. You can see the whole garden is kind of in disrepair, and normally I close the gates and say I'm done, I'm exhausted, I'm too tired, I can't do it. This year it just seems really strange. I just don't want to do that. I want to keep gardening now. I want to tidy up, I want to fix gates properly, I want to make them completely dog proof. I want to stop having to barricade the garden shut because of the dogs. It's the barricading really. It stops the flow in the garden and it stops me from being able to get up the garden as well as the dogs. And then I get so aware that the rest of the garden is getting out of control, I down tools. And it can't happen anymore. I don't want to down tools. So for me this Samhain, it feels like reconnecting fully with my garden. And look at this. Look, these baskets haven't been changed for 3 years and they weren't watered for a whole year. And yet look, they're still flowering. Look, I've got one here, this one here, that's all in flower as well. Look, just plants just want to grow. They want to grow. It's amazing. This fennel is amazing. I'm going to come out and collect seeds. Look at all the new growth. So it is really a time of year, Samhain, where you've got the circle the most visible. You've got death of plants, but you've got seeds to collect. You've got new growth coming in. It's that circle. This just smells so wonderful. But of course, look, it's over the path. It all needs cutting back. Look at the colour of the patio. The patio just needs a jet wash. But look at these seed heads. Aren't they gorgeous? They're just so amazing. So I need to sort that out today. Look at the buddleia that's self-seeded as well. Just amazing. So, tidy up time. Especially seeing as my daughter's got a friend coming to stay and they wanted somewhere to sit in the garden. I think green slimy patios and leaves and it all overgrown. It's not great. So for me it's tidy up time in the garden. It's reconnecting with my garden and keeping the flow going. I think not barricading my garden anymore. It's the wheel turning, isn't it? It's that flow state. And it really is a time where life and seeds and death all sit together in the garden. What an amazing time of year. I mean, look at this Kenilworth ivy. That's still in flower. And you can see I haven't been out here. Look how high the weeds are. But look, it's the end of October and the Kenilworth ivy is still in flower. Isn't that amazing? And yet other things look totally dead. And then that is the gate that the dog destroyed, which is about the 5th gate, isn't it, Rupert? It's about the 5th gate. Yes, it is. So it doesn't help that we've got foxes in the garden and Rupert keeps charging at the gate to get them. Oh, what? Yeah, okay, nobody's cross with you. You give me your paw. You're saying sorry to us all. So I've just got to carry on clearing up the mess of the leaves, carry on from yesterday, tidy up. I might come back at the end of tidying the patio today just to show you what I've done. Look, I've got to cut back where the roses have gone mad. I need to get the feverfew seeds and put those in the ground. Look, I need to tidy my kitchen windowsill. Whew, it needs a good old tidy up. So maintenance and loving the circle, that's how I'm connecting with nature in Samhain. Probably clearing some gutters out as well. So I wanted to show you a couple of additions to my Samhain altar, which I shared in the last video. So my daughter Tilly chose this skeleton from the shops. It's the only thing she wanted. So that's hung up there. But also I've been clearing the fennel back, cutting it back because you couldn't walk through. And I just wanted to show you, every year I bring in some of the fennel seeds. I plant some fennel seeds. This year I've saved some for a friend as well who wants fennel in the garden. And then I always bring some in to put on a Samhain altar. It just, there's something about the shape of these seed heads. They're like this kind of umbrella shape, but it reminds me of the rays of the sun. It's like a promise that the wheel is still turning, even though we've gone into the darker part of the year. And of course Samhain is about like winter, coming into the darker part of the year. So I think it's like a reminder. It's a reminder that the wheel's still turning, like the sun has gone for now. Like this is almost like the sun turned to seed, but a reminder that it's coming back. And I'm not joking, it smells so wonderful. There's something about fennel seed heads, there's no smell like it. It is just gorgeous, and I love the fact that it's kind of mirroring one of my embroidered 3D artworks which I did a while ago. This artwork actually, guys, is based on tantric patterns and astrology, so really good for the turning of the wheel and thinking of the sun, that it's next to an astrology piece. So anyway, I wanted to show you that because I think bringing nature in, and of course I've got the pumpkins as well, like all of these different shapes of pumpkins, also flowers as well. Bringing nature in is like part of connecting with nature in Samhain. And I did show you this in my last video, but like drying flowers through the year, letting the flowers not only be alive on your altar but dead as well. It's such a perfect way of celebrating Samhain. Somebody asked me if these flowers are easy to dry. So easy. All you do is, before they start falling apart, take them out of the water. So enjoy them, but before they're about to fall apart and die in water, take them out of water, bundle them up and just dry them upside down in a window. I'll show you my window in the kitchen. So here is my window. You can see, what have I got drying here? So I've got currently carnations, These are roses too. Look, roses in that bunch. I have some eucalyptus leaves and gypsophilia from another bunch of flowers. I've got lavender drying. There's another bunch of carnations there. Drying them like this, you do normally lose the colour. They go that sort of ochre, sort of cream colour. So you do lose the colour, which is a shame. Although some of those deep red roses, I didn't lose the colour. There's no rhyme or reason to it, I don't think. I mean, look, you can see these. You can see I've lost the colour, but just leave them hanging, and they just make the window look so beautiful. Another thing I'm going to do, I need to trim my houseplants because they are looking a mess. And look, behind it you can see where I've been cutting back the fennel. You can see I'm actually in real time here with you guys. So yeah, nature in the house, lovely, isn't it? So I've been clearing back this corner, ready to jet wash the patio. This, you can finally see, is my outdoor toy collection wall. I am going to need to bring these in and wash them all and store them over winter, as well as those, otherwise they will break. I've cleared back the lemon balm, and I've cut back this a little bit. This is the pulmonaria, which has lovely purple flowers throughout the year. So that's all cleaned back. I've deadheaded this reed, but we have a problem. So the Lavatera that self-seeds has, now I've cut it back, you can see I'm about to lose the fence because it is growing between those, and although I love it growing over, I don't really want to lose the fence. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to saw that off there. I mean, there's plenty of growth to take over, but I don't want to lose the fence. So I've gone and found the saw, and I'm about to saw this off. But look, I've already got a builder's rubble bag full and a bin bag full, and I'm not even out of this little corner yet. So yeah, connecting with nature, maintenance jobs, but it's so much fun. I'm loving it. Having had a year where I just felt not like myself and too overwhelmed to do anything and too anxious to do anything, which I think I'm beginning to realise, I think that absolute soul-crushing anxiety, I think that's menopause, because I've not had any hot flushes, but I've suddenly realised anxiety is a symptom. So things are beginning to make a little bit more sense, but let's save the fence. Right, this hound has just got out at the top of the garden, so we're going to go chasing him. Look, he knows he's in the doghouse. Okay, I've got to get these weeds down to the front garden to take to the tip. So I've been sweeping up this corner. All of these tyres are from the tip. These make absolutely brilliant warm, like, planters, not for food, but for things like roses and stuff like that. Absolutely brilliant, and for retaining walls. So last time I was at the tip, I grabbed a few more of those. On the wall here, there is a old bicycle wheel that my dad gave me for when I was a teacher, and I used to do weaving with my year ones, so with the 5-year-olds. And my dad used to have a cycle shop. He was really well known in the cycling world. So the intention of this is to turn it into some sort of altar out here, like an outdoor ancestor altar. So I thought that kind of fitted in with Samhain, even though it's not done yet. So I'm about to open the side gate, which needs a bit of work next year. Some of my work and painting on there and serviettes are peeling off. This door wouldn't open the other day. I had to work on the lock. I'm going to open this side door because I need to bring some more tyres in to make space. So I had to spend some time chiselling back where the wood had expanded. And you can see I've got tyres down there and some old fences that I've managed to find to try and stop him getting out through the hedges. So let's bring those tyres in, and then I can take the weeds out to the front. And I've spoken about this before in a magical maintenance video. I honestly think that jet washing patio slabs is a chance for like a mantra or a prayer per slab. I start in each corner and work around the corners, thanking the elements, thanking the directions, and I work my way into the centre for either deity thanks, or thanks to spirit, or thanks to ancestors. And then I finish by drawing a pentacle on each slab, and it just feels so witchy to do that. It feels like I'm setting the very floor that I'm walking on up for the rest of the year to be full of magic. And then of course there's opportunities for a little bit of petty magic too. The sludgy water then hosing off, I send that back to anybody who's done me harm in the year, just asking for the universe to rebalance itself. So I've kind of run out of time. What between I had to take my car in for a service, I've had to drop my middle daughter off at work, I've had to do the school run. So the school run has just stopped play. Tilly's taxi's just about to turn up, so I thought that I would just show you how far I've got, so you can see that all the windowsill is clear. I've kind of cut back where the roses were stopping the door from opening. I've kind of jet washed, although it does need another jet wash. It just takes ages. I've washed down all the garden furniture. This corner now you can get down and see. You can see the difference with the patio where I've jet washed and where I haven't. The chairs are in there, but I've not cleaned in there yet. And I haven't done this side yet. So it's going to take a good another day just for the first initial clean, but it feels so much better. It really, really does. And I was going to move this buddleia, but I just think there's something so apt about a buddleia bush, a butterfly bush, self-seeding next to my metal butterflies. So do you know what, I might make these shelves either side, like for transformation and goal setting, like a little altar for goal setting. So working with nature, obviously this buddleia bush wanted to grow here, and I think that's the difference between gardening or just working with nature. I think gardening is so much about control and demanding that nature bend to your will. I think when you're just using a garden to connect with Mother Earth, it's not so much gardening anymore. It's just being on the journey with plants, and I love that. So I'm going to use this buddleia, and I might use the leaves in spells for transformation. And this surround, which I made a few years ago, you can see it's made out of a load of pallets that I bought. So there's natural shelves either side. This one here was a palette that I painted. Painting's still doing really well. And I've got my amazing sort of genie bottles that some dolls came in. Don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I love them. And at the shelves, so the shelves all the way round, it's really a great possibility for doing altar things. But anyway, maintenance, magical maintenance, not overly exciting, back-breaking work at times, but this was about 5 hours work that has transformed the garden again. So how exciting is that? And as the golden light begins to come in, and you can hear the birds going to sleep now, setting themselves up in their nests, I think I better go back to the front door and wait for my daughter to get back from college. So this boy, should we go in now, Rupert? So for me and Rupert in the magic garden, thanks so much, and thanks to the Wild Witch again for this really fun tag. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.